Hey everyone. On February 3rd, the Bureau of Labor Statistics delivered some bad news about the U.S. employment market. Job creation for January came in at roughly double the level forecast by economists and Wall Street. Rather than adding 200-something thousand jobs, the U.S. added 517,000 positions. To make matters worse, the unemployment rate fell to a record low 3.4%. Yes, some economists are trying to candy coat the terrible results, saying the job additions were inflated by wonky seasonal adjustments. But at the end of the day, the number is the number. And apparently creating 500,000 jobs in 1 month has become a bad thing. At least that's what I'm seeing from the financial news. The reasoning behind this perspective is that adding so many jobs could trigger the Federal Reserve to push interest rates up more aggressively. On February 1st, the Fed gave us a 25 basis point increase, suggesting the Federal Reserve will use a softer touch this year. But many fear the job market strength will cause the Fed to rethink that. In November and December, Chairman Powell was saying that unemployment needs to go up to 4.4% or 4.6% to get inflation under control. But at the press conference on February 1st, Powell appeared to back off this position. Instead, he said we could stick a soft landing without a major rise in unemployment. Now, to put January's 517,000 job creation number in perspective, in the 20 years prior to the recovery from the pandemic, the U.S. has only exceeded 500,000 job additions one time. That was in May of 2010, and only because the U.S. Census Bureau hired 411,000 temporary employees that month. My point is that we're pretty much past the pandemic recovery. Today, there are 2.7 million more jobs than there were before COVID hit. And adding more than 500,000 jobs in a month is significant. If you look back historically, from a commercial real estate standpoint, job creation is the lifeblood of real estate space demand. When the U.S. adds jobs, demand for commercial real estate space has historically risen. The reverse is also true. When we go into a recession and lose jobs, commercial real estate demand tends to fall. Take a look at how well job creation and apartment absorption line up. I had to use a trailing 12-month average on the absorption to eliminate seasonality, but you can definitely see the effects of economic soft patches on absorption. You can also see the alignment with retail. Again, space demand rarely goes negative, but absorption does align with job creation. Office space demand also shows a strong alignment, but that historical synchronicity has been disrupted by the hybrid work model and employees working from home. I was actually a bit surprised by how closely industrial space demand aligns with job creation. I think the alignment has become even more pronounced over the last 5 years or so as e-commerce structurally changed industrial space demand. So while economists and Wall Street disparage the 500,000 jobs added in January, commercial real estate investors should be cheering the number. Strong employment gains will support commercial real estate space demand, driving positive fundamentals and in turn supporting property revenues and values. Yes, it's possible the Fed may look at the hiring numbers and decide to jump rates up by 50 basis points in March, but that's speculative. We'll know more after the February jobs numbers come out on March 3rd. Ultimately, in the big picture, the rate increases are temporary. The financial markets will normalize. We're actually navigating that process now. And as interest rates flatten, the core space demand drivers created by jobs will continue to be a positive factor supporting the commercial real estate sector. When the economy enters the next growth cycle, where will each property type stand? Apartment, retail, and industrial vacancy rates are all very low from a historical standpoint, and sturdy hiring trends will support a positive outlook. Rather than joining Wall Street in second-guessing the Fed, remember, job creation is good for commercial real estate. And as always, keep your eyes on the horizon.